once again, welcome to Real Talk. I'm Zion, and I'm going to talk about the restriction again. We are back into restriction on some of the parts they have tackled. The Ministry of Interior, the Prime Minister, and the Minister for Health, they came up 2 days ago, and they decided strictly from today, 26, there is going to be another restriction, like children not going to malls, driving schools closed until further notice. So they tackled on 33 points, but I am only going to tackle on few that are major, and people are complaining about them. If you check on the social media, people are not happy about that. You know, most of the people here in Qatar, they have been asking for a total lockdown. But the government cannot do that, and people have to understand that. The government cannot make a strict lockdown in Qatar due to the high roads that are being demolished. They are making new roads. So when the government closed down, companies will be forced to pay those people. The months that the government will close, companies have to pay. There is this one you have to check. You cannot sleep at home. They will need companies to pay you. So there are things that the ministry have to look to, or the government have to look into before they make that decision of total lockdown. So total lockdown is not a solution. The solution is for people to just comply with the law of Qatar, the law of WHO, the law that is given there. Just use masks, make social distance, and so forth and so on. So I'm going to tackle on some of the few points that I see that the key measures that the Ministry of Health addressed on. I'm not going to tackle on those 33 points. I'm only going to talk about the few. And with this COVID, there is a vaccine going on, people are going on, but the number turning up, it's not up to what majority of people expected. It's a few who are going for it. And you know, as far they say, if you like, take the vaccine. If you don't like, nobody is forcing you. But some companies are telling their workers to take the vaccine, which is good. If you like to take the vaccine, okay. It's not mandatory for anyone living in Qatar. It's up to you to take the vaccine. Point number one, the government decided to close all gym. So lovers of sport, they have to do it indoor, inside the houses, because all the gyms are going to be closed around Qatar. And this one is until further notice. They have decided to close all exercise equipment places, all the gyms. You can do them at home. Point number two, children under the age of 12 are no longer allowed to go to the malls. Yes, this one I can concur with the government. They did very well there. The Ministry of Health did well, because you could go to the mall, especially Friday and Saturday, and you don't want to be there. Like me, I don't like going Friday or Saturday, because the children are everywhere and the parents are not taking measures, precautions for their children. Children not wearing masks, because you cannot force a child who is 5 years or 6 years to put on mask. That one, it's very hard. And the parents just literally come with their children, come with their nanny, and it's dangerous for the children. Sometimes I ask myself as a mother, I'm like, why can't these parents leave the nanny at home with the children and they come alone? But I'm glad the Ministry of Health decided to do that for them. The children should stay at home. They are no longer allowed inside the malls until further notice. Point number three, they have reduced the capacity of people visiting cinemas and museums. There is a capacity whereby 18 years below are not allowed in the cinemas. That one, they put a low, 18 years, you cannot go to the cinema. And going to the museum, they have reduced the capacity to 30%, where there is going to be a restriction where you need to have masks, make social distance, and also they take the temperature, and you need to have also the ETRAS app when going to the museum. Point number four, Indoor restaurant and social gatherings, visiting close places like homes and majlis. Also, they have reduced to 5 people. More than 5 are not allowed. So they have make all indoor restaurants, parent, social media gatherings, all visiting. Also, they have reduced to only 5 people. More than that, they are not allowed. Point number 6, 80% people will continue work in their offices and 20% will continue working from home. So this one has to go to government plus private sectors. Also, they have reduced. We have gone back to the same procedure. The first lockdown, they made it like that. So it's the same. And also in department, depends with the department also. They tackled on departments 80%. They can also come to work, and also 20% will have to work from home, depending with the work and the department. Point number 6, meetings. Government sectors and private sectors. Meetings of 5 people and address to procedure of wearing mask, keep social distance. Also, if you have a meeting, depending on work and meetings, you also need to be only 5 people per boardroom. Point number 7, all citizens must wear mask when leaving home unless the person is driving, and that is only when you're driving alone, you are not allowed to have mask. But if you have your co-partner inside the vehicle or your Uber, the person next to you, they all need to wear mask. And this one, it is a must, and it's all citizen of Qatar. Point number 7, ETRA's app to all citizens to continue using ETRA's when leaving home, going to school, going to visiting, going anywhere. You need to have your ETRA's app active. Point number 8, preventing social gatherings. So they have prevented the social gatherings for people like you are going to the parks, Cornish area. That one is not allowed until further notice. Point number 10, not to hold indoor weddings or open door weddings until further notice. So if you are planning to get married this weekend or next week, you have to uphold it until further notice. And this one is indoor or outdoor wedding. Point number 11, to close all playground, exercise equipment and public park. This one, all, even Cornish area, only 5 people allowed. It's also closed until further notice. And this one, it's a good sign because the playgrounds all over Qatar, they were full in the evening, the parks. When it reaches evening time, all the parks are full and people are not maintaining even social distance. And also some of the people were not wearing masks. A lot of people have been arrested so far for the past few months for not wearing masks. So there, I think the ministry have done it good. Like in my country, if they arrest you not wearing mask and not addressing to COVID restriction rules, they give you a punishment of sweeping a road, market or street. But here in Qatar, they give you a punishment to you get arrested or you have to pay a fine, which I think the Qatar government did good there to close until further notice. Point number 12, family vehicle. The ministry make adjustment of 5 people per family vehicle and all must have mask on. If you're using family vehicle, they need to be 5 people in the vehicle. 3 seated at the back and the driver plus the person sitting next to the driver. Those are 5. And company transportation, that is bus transportations. Because here in Qatar, most of the people use cargo bus or company buses. If you don't like that, you can use Uber. So they decided that the bus need to be half. If the bus contains 60 people, that means they will only need to take 30 people per bus. So they have reduced the half the bus. Point number 13, metro train to continue to open and do the service as required, but to reduce to 30%, that is during weekdays, Sunday to Thursday, and Friday and Saturday they have reduced to 20%, that is metro train. Point number 13, to close all smoking areas. So the government has closed all smoking zones until further notice. Those are public smoking zones, not allowed to be close to food zones also. Point number 14, and this one has really brought a hit on the social media about driving schools. If you check on the Peninsula, people have been really debating on it, that the ministry did not do very well, but this is their choice. Driving schools have been closed until further notice. So for those who like to take driving classes, you have to really wait for a short time or a long time until further notice. You know what further notice means? Don't expect it to be going to be open soon. So the government decided to close it until further notice. Number 15, private educations to continue online service until further notice. Close all playground, rooms, food court, inside commercial places. So they have closed until further notice all playground and food area until further notice to commercial places. Last but not least, it's the reduce of cleaning and hospitality companies. The health sector decided to reduce their manpower to 80% due, they say, the people working in these companies, it's easy to get affected with them due to they are everywhere and they are meeting the public easy. So they have reduced the manpower to 80% of their workers, and the rest they have to stay at home or do the rotation. That is how the company are going to work. Thank you for listening to me, and if there is something that I forgot to tackle on it, you can add on it on the comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you next time on Real Talk. I'm your girl T Zion. Bye bye.